nikifuatilia. Nimekuwa nikifuatilia hii story. Na hii story ni story na black tax. Black tax inakuwaga very interesting because one thing that happens with black tax, especially in Africa, is there ends up being a certain level of entitlement that I don't like. Yes. And people end up feeling like you need to be able to do 1, 2, 3 things. And this is what has happened na huyu anaitwa nani? Nyakwar Janeko. So kulikuwa na hii kwa Nairobi Gossip Club. Ilikuwa ni Flaqo blocks her aunt. Okay, kizungu waga ngumu. But ni Flaqo blocks his aunt Nyakwar Janeko of a false claim he doesn't support his mother. So mother alibaki amego on a rant. I think it was on Twitter. On TikTok. Yes, because she's always on TikTok. Akisema that she's the one who supports Flaqo's mother and blah, blah, blah. And with that, I was there thinking, like, let's say it's true that you're the one who supports Flaqo's mother and Flaqo does not support his mother. What the hell are you telling Kenyans? Like, what are Kenyans supposed to gain from this information? Apart from a few player haters being in the comments saying, unanunulia msichana ugari na unanunulia mamako sukari. Apart from that, like, what is supposed to happen? So, Flaqo alienda pakishare some messages that he ended up writing to his mom. And I don't know, sija attach, like, what is it called, Instagram to this. That's the reason why you can't see the messages. But, yeah, I can read the messages out for you. So, let me go kwa Instagram. But alienda up attach the messages, and on the messages it was like a conversation between him and his mother, and he was telling the mom the way he's a grown-up and he's tired of being attacked. So this woman decides to go out there and say that Flaqo hajakuwa akipatia madhake do. And I'm there thinking, like, you don't need to do this. This is not coming from a place of love. This is coming from a place of hate. And kwa kijaka inaitangua nyego. Yes, nyego inakuwaga like I think ni jealousy. And this is what I'm seeing here. This is pure jealousy of this woman. She had a 15 minutes of fame. So for a minute she thought maybe she could reach her nephew's level, and then she was not able to reach her nephew's level. The nephew's still there. So this is what the Flaqo alikuwa ameshare ni aunt blah blah blah, you blocked this contact. So he's blocked his aunt, which I found to be interesting because yes, I don't owe you shit. Nairobi tulikuja kutafuta pesa. Alafu pia ikakuwa akashare another message that he sent to his mother. So the message was, "Mommy, kindly talk to your sister to leave me alone. I as Flaqo am a grown up. I normally support both you and daddy with every paycheck I get. I've never talked ill about them. I have my own plans for my life, my siblings, and my parents. Every relative that never supported me stroke us when I or we were suffering should leave me alone. Sitawai gombana nae na sitawai mjibu. I just want peace. Uchokozi spendi mami. I'm a grown up now. I can no longer be bullied by either my parents or relatives. Kama kitambo. I'm no longer a child. As a big sister to her, naomba umkataze. If hawezi acha, pia aendelee tu. Sitawai mjibu, juspendi ugomvi mimi. God is in control." So this was the message that Flaqo alibaki ameandika. And it makes me think about it. I'm like, sawa, Flaqo support madhake. Let's go to that universe where Flaqo does not support the mother. And you're the one who supports her. So you decide to go to the internet to let us know. What are we supposed to do? Kiss your ass about it and be like, you're the best sister in East and Central Africa? What are we supposed to do about that? Yes. So yes, there was that video. Hapo. Ikiwa hapo tusaidie yake dada yake. Asaidie yake dada yangu. I think.
Mmayo na Flaqo amepandisha madhake ndege. Aenda ona hata Mombasa. Mumaiona. Mama Flaqo is my sister. Mimi ndo natokanga hapa napeleka Mama Flaqo out. Mimi Nyakwar. So msiniambie about Flaqo. Watu wangapi wamezaa wanaume na wameanguka kwa bangi? Nani amekwambia Flaqo akiwa fame mamake anasikia poa? Nani amwambia? Juu Flaqo ni fema mkubwa kwa Kenya. Nani amwambia mamake sasa anasikia vizuri? Mnanitajia Flaqo. Nani amewambia?
Mnanitajia Flaqo Marchieth. Yetu ndio kitu libaki imekosa hapo. But this nonsense keeps happening. That thing of first of all, let's talk about netangwa nini hiyo black tax. Black tax inakuwaga very dangerous, and it's something that I know I normally talk about, and this goes out to you. If you've just started working right now and you are earning peanuts, you are barely surviving, you need to come up with a balance between how much black tax unazapatiana. If you end up pushing yourself to the limit, it's going to reach a level where if, God forbid, that job ends, then the black tax will also end, and you will be in so much trouble that you can't save yourself. Najua ndio usemaga ile story ya squeeze. I always use the oxygen mask thing, where inakuaga put on the oxygen mask before weke wale watu na try kusave, and that's what's happening. Don't let history ya black tax ibaki imeku bring down. A lot of us want to save our families, but you have to be able to save yourself first. So, and with the family, you also have to look at it from this point. You have to start at your level. Wewe, wife wako na watoi wako. That's the first. Alafu natoka hapo, unaenda kwa the nuclear family. So, unaenda kwa madhako, budako, and your siblings. By the time unafika kwa auntie yako, najua unafaa kuko na kakitu, unafaa kuko a different level. So Flaqo literally owes Nyakwar Janeko nothing. That's number one. Number two, we mwenyewe unajua madhako na unajua masista za madhako. Do they know everything that you do for your mother? If they don't know everything that you do for your mother, then why would you believe this woman when she says that Flaqo hasaidii madhake? Understand? It's bullshit. Although this could have happened, unapata mother maybe amepigia sistake, kambia sistake, nisaidie na pesa. Mimi sina pesa. Si Flaqo yuko fame huko Nairobi. Flaqo yuko fame lakini hajanitumia pesa. Sina pesa. Sasa hii fame, wacha niende TikTok. Then anaenda TikTok. Nikama TikTok for Flaqo ndo hii pesa. Check that nonsense ends up happening. But if you're trying to save everyone, you can't save everyone, man. Najua, I always talk about one of my favorite songs, hip hop songs, ni Smile. Yeah, Tupac na Scarface. And there's something Scarface usemaga, I always wish that I could save everyone, but I'm a dreamer. Just know that it's impossible to save everyone. Saizi situ wenye tunajua Ruto ni trillionaire. Najua, do you know how many zeros a trillion has? A trillion has how many zeros? A billion has 9 zeros. A trillion has 12 zeros. Do you know what that means? That means that Ruto can decide to give 1 million Kenyans 1 million shillings each. Yes. And it's about 1 million Kenyans 1 million shillings each. Why is he not giving us 1 million shillings each? Because he can't save everyone. Ruto josi tu. Najua nauzanga kuku, suniachie tu kidogo tu Ruto jo. Niachie kidogo. Hata hizi raya tayari shasema Mungu sifu. Buda suniachie kwa kitu jo hivi. Nitakuja hapa niko William sasa hii amekuja sasa nabadilisha inchi. Semeni William. Tawala Kenya, tawala Rais Ruto, tawala Kenya, tawala. Nasikia ile neza hepa. But not for 1 million shillings, Ruto, man. Damn, man. I'm past that, man. Give me some good shit. Konene, nimeinterrupt show kukuremind juu ya Lemfi. Unajua hii ni mwezi ya Kenya jo. Hii ni mwezi ya Kenya. So uko majuu unatry kutuma do hapa Kenya, make sure umetumia Lemfi. And why? Lemfi kupatiaga the best exchange rates, na apart from that pia Lemfi inakupatia an opportunity to send how much? $8,000 in one day. Ama unaweza tuma $16,000 in 1 week. Ama unaweza tuma $32,000 in 1 month. That means unaweza tuma 1 million in 1 day. Ama unaweza tuma 2 million in 1 week. Ama unaweza tuma 4 million in 1 month. That means stories za construction za baki umezifanya chap chap. Pia another thing ni saizi unaweza baki umeconnect to your Lemfi to your debit card. So si lazima ubaki umedeposit pesa kwa your Lemfi wallet. Unatuma tu direct from your debit card ikikuja Kenya. Usahau pia na kuaga ni instant. Alafu make sure umetumia promo code EKONENE. Kwa kutumia promo code EKONENE kwa your first transaction ya $100 ile utatuma, utabaki umepata $20 cashback. Alafu pia EKONENE utakuwa umeisupport because pia sisi utapata $20 unajua. So make sure umechangamka jo, na vile musamaga jo lemfi international payments for everyone iko nene. Wacha turudi kwa show. But yeah, family inakuwaga very interesting because one of the most fucked up things about family is such shit can end up happening where you're there minding your business, you're in your own fucking lane, and someone just decides that they're going to just start bullshit. And it's sad. It's like nilinakuwa nikiona hiyo video, I was just there like thinking like, if this was family, mother ingekuwa hata sikuwa na barrier not show up. But fuck you, najua this thing that we end up worshipping the dead, and all of a sudden you used to be an asshole, but as soon as you dead, now all of a sudden you used to be a good person. Like fuck you, man. You can't do that. You can't go there and claim that as a man does not support their mother. I know a lot of dudes who don't support their dads, najua kuzinakwaga like buddha lakini most dudes have a very soft spot for their mothers, and I'm sure so this was some pure nonsense. And yeah, so there's that. Always be careful. Alafu pia extended family is still extended family. Ukichekio story kaa vile wanasema, kwa hiyo leta ameandikia madhake, ameandika hapo hawakuwa natusaidia when we used to struggle. Why is it that all of a sudden they want us to help them, and they want us to be accountable to them, and they want us to show them our every move, that hivi ndio vile nasaidia maparo, hivi ndio nasaidia. Life doesn't work that way. So yeah, black tax is some bullshit. But apart from black tax, and don't get me wrong, like black tax is still very important. It's such an African thing, and not just African. Unapataga even black Americans, they do it. Unapataga inasemekanaga is one of the reasons why a lot of like NFL players and even Nini NBA players went up wamesota, because they end up feeling like they have to support their families. And this is where now financial literacy comes in, where you're like, you know what, I need to support my family. So mse kama Ulunga, wajua kikaa chini, I need to support family. What do I do? Let me invest this money. Hii pesa inatoka, itakuwa ikienda kwa hawa, but my wealth stays safe. Najua. So this wealth stays safe, but ingine inaweza kuwa ikitoka inaenda huku nje. That's how you do it. Place ka US kile na hapenigi ni mse upataga the first contract, the first thing wana do ni wanabaya mamadha zao hao. Afuna pataga huko siju kuna land rates huko si kama hiza Nairobi that are negotiable. You can pay today, then kesho upatane na Sakaja kwa corridor fulani usmile na you don't have to pay next year. Huko they don't have that nonsense. You have to pay. So they end up doing that. Then the next thing is msei iko na mtoi moja, but he ends up moving in a mansion. So ana move into a 10-bedroom mansion, and everyone moves in. My homies, you gotta keep it real. The homies zina show up hapo. Yes, kwa hapo zina dinyana, putting your whole career at risk, and you end up on some bullshit. You, number one, yes, the support black tax. It's super important considering the poverty levels of this country. But number two, just understand mabesti zako, especially if you have some of those friends who can cost you everything, they need to fuck off. You need to cut them out. I think kuna interview fulani shaicheki ya Snoop akisema that there's at some point ye mwenyewe alifika pahali akaona like kuna watu wezi hang out now, especially after story ya murder was the case that they gave me. Alikuwa like tayari nisha survive this one murder case, I don't want to have to fight another case. So aka cut off wase. You have to cut off people. Another person is a quote ni Jay-Z usemagati wase, people look at me and said you changed, then I'll go like I'd work this hard to stay the same. No one is working that hard to stay the same. So if you have to change. But back to family, man. Save yourself first. Put your oxygen mask first. So in an alternate universe where it's true that Flaqo does not support his parents, if he is securing his financial future so that by the time he's able to support them, he can support them forever, I still respect that. But the Flaqo that I interacted with hapa iko Nini, and the Flaqo that I see, and the Flaqo that Nini, I'm 100% sure ana support familia. Nyakwar Janeko is just full of shit. And yeah, it's a Luo thing. So maybe wengine mta understand why nimejua tu she's full of shit, because I've seen that family shit. It's kwaga nonsense. Everything is a competition. They're like, what the fuck are we competing? It's not a competition, man. So yeah, that was one of the other stories nilikuwa nafuatilia, all about the black tax. And I actually understand why our parents need our help. So I'll never say that. Najua it's just one of those that they need our support, as long as they don't get entitled to a certain level. Because nishaichekigi scenarios where people's parents are competing with their wives. That's why in the Luo language there's this bullshit statement. I call it bullshit because it sows seeds of division, and not just division, ni seeds of distrust. Inakuwaga ni dhako ok and what, your wife is not your relative. Looks like a very innocent phrase, but with that what happens is it reaches a point where you're treating your mother as a goddess while at the same time treating your wife as shit. But the reality is wife wako getadili na watoi wako wewe mwenye if anything was to happen to you. So yes, you might be there on some dhako can what shit, but you still have to be careful with how far you take that. And yes, because it's interesting because this is a stranger, you're two strangers, amko mnajuana, you start living together, and you have to trust each other that you have each other's best interest at heart. So with that, the dhako okenwat phrase becomes somehow dangerous, because now this person who at your most vulnerable anakuaga next to wewe, unataka kuanza kumtreat like maybe a piece of shit ama just a nini, and then it becomes dangerous. And this is the reason why unachekigi like in most Luo scenarios where if a rich man dies and leaves a widow behind, the widow normally goes through hell, because that's when the brothers show up and they want to take over everything, and it's just bullshit that ends up happening. So that dhako kenwat statement, it's such a powerful statement that I think nilienda nikinini juu yake. Natafuta story fulani pa ya Shakahola. I saw some Shakahola story here.